This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we're going to be talking about something that since we had discussions about Warhammer and 40K and Games Workshop in general, people have been suggesting other games to go check out. Well, I finally listened, of course, because if you suggest something, I'm going to go check it out. I really do. Proof of this video. But there's been a game that's been around for a while, and it just entered its 3rd edition. It is called 5 Parsecs from Home. Okay? A really interesting system. Now, right here, you're seeing the PDF version. I actually have the book coming in. When you order the book, you are going to get the PDF version. Here's a little caveat with that, okay? With shipping costs and everything, because this is from England, I ended up paying shipping as much as the book. Was it worth it for me? Well, there's only one way to find out. I wanted to get that PDF. So we're going to go down to the table. We're going to talk a little bit about this. I'm going to explain a few things and why this is so interesting. And then we're going to come back and then we're going to talk even more about it and how to enhance it and make it really, really cool. So let's go down to the table. I'm not going to explain everything, but I'm going to give you a really good, hopefully smart overview of this. You can use this with any type of figures that you want. You can use your old 40K. I find that, as you can see with this little mat down here, Core Space really fits this and does really well. Now, Core Space is a great game, but some of the figures and stuff like that really kind of fit into the theme of this. I also have Vor, where I can get beasts from, and I have miscellaneous things all over the place. The game is really interesting because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting together a crew. And I want to show you, you can download or print out from the back of the book these crew logs. And what you're going to have is you're going to have a crew name. You're going to have story points. You could play a campaign. You could play one-offs. You're going to be building a ship. Okay, your ship is going to fit into your story because right off the bat, what you're going to do is you're going to be rolling for world events. Now, this is a solo, but can also be played with multiple players. But the real heart of this is a solo adventure. Okay, this is a solo miniatures game, and it's done very, very, very well. I also find that Starfinder figures, if you buy a bunch of those kind of fit into this. You can use anything you want. It's really, really, really very, very, very good. You're going to be creating scenarios. You're going to be creating all the things that you're going to do. You're looking for credits because you have debt on your ship. You're going to be owing money on your ship, and you're going to want to be upgrading your ship constantly. At the beginning, you're going to want to take 6 guys, but you're going to want to have a big crew, and we'll explain that a little bit more when we start talking a little bit about combat. And one of the things is, like right here, for instance, is that it comes with a pre-made crew. And just to get a good feel for the game, I would suggest making a copy of this. And as you can see, some of the things that we were talking about, Warren Freighter, okay, hull points, how much you owe on it, your crew, your example crew, what you guys are. You're going to have little abilities, but your main numbers are going to be here. How you react, your reaction, which is your initiative, your speed, how much you move, combat, if you get any pluses or bonuses in combat, toughness is huge, and savvy is for rolling for different things. Your weapons are going to give you a certain amount of damage. You guys got to forgive me. I still have the COVID and pneumonia, so if I sound a little hoarse or I'm coughing, please just bear with me through this, and I'd really appreciate it as we're trying to get through this. Just like there. You're going to have your range because your weapons are going to be different and they're going to give you a range. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But it can also, when you are trying to hit something with a toughness, you're going to be able to add an additional damage to that. That is really going to help you because combat is absolutely brutal in this. Now, just to keep going, and we're going to take an example of combat movement and everything as such. You're going to see that over here we have a nice example of it, but we're going to skip over that for now. There's a ton of different weapons that you could do. You're going to be leveling up your characters and looking for weapons that are left behind and stuff like that. You're going to be going on different missions, and you're going to be creating all kinds of different adventures. There are tons and tons. This is basically a D6 system, but it uses a D100 for readying for battle, who you're going to face. You can either roll randomly, or you can basically just pick out something and then pick all kinds of different scenarios. There's world steps. You don't have to fight in some kind of dock or something like you're going to see right here. You can fight on ice worlds, desert worlds. There's all kinds of different missions, delivering different types of data, stealing things. It depends on what you want to do. There's all kinds of different tables that build and make this all unique. Okay, you can play a campaign. There are all kinds of different steps to the campaign. You could play 20 campaign turns, okay, or try to complete 3 quests, 5 quests, and go through. And you're going to, like I said, you're going to get credits to upgrade. You are going to get also XP, which is going to help enhance your crew and make them stronger. But as you get stronger, so does your enemies. Now, the campaign is done very, very well. It's very smart. Right here, I just want to kind of show you some of the weapons that you can go through. And also, as you can see here, they have a nice battle round reference, how a campaign turns. You're going to do your travel step, okay? You're going to flee invasion in case you're being chased on your starship. Decide whether or not to travel if you want to leave a planet. Starship travel, if you want to, you can take off. You're going to do all the results and roll on the tables for that. New world arrival steps. When you land on a world, is it hostile? Is it friendly? Is it a trading port? You know, there's like 900 different things that go on. In the world, upkeep and ship repairs in case you've taken any damage. Assign and resolve crew tasks. Now, this is an interesting part of this because in here, you can assign a crew, well, go scout this, go do that, and you're going to roll on tables that are going to basically, excuse me again, what they're going to do is you're either going to find credits or you're going to get one of your guys are going to get in trouble. He may miss a scenario or something like that. There's all kinds of different things that can happen. You're going to determine any job offers that you can find. You can resolve any rumors that you heard, and then you're going to choose your battle. And then here comes the tabletop battle. Okay? You're going to find out who your rival is and resolve rival status, resolve patron status, determine quest progress, get paid, battlefield finds, anything that you find, check for invasion, gather loot, determine injuries. Now this really gets interesting. Experience and character upgrades. Invest in advanced training. Like I said, you want to get training. You want to get different abilities. Roll for a campaign event. Roll for a character event. And check for your galactic war progress if you were playing the campaign. There's a lot here. I talked about a lot here. We're going to be showing this off and really making this shine. There's a lot, like this whole section here is all just post-battle. So it's just amazing. You could play on grids. It gives you the freedom to do anything you want. You could play 28 mil. You could play 15 mil. You could go all the way down to 10 and 6 mil, which I don't suggest, or up to 54. But I really think that this works best anywhere from 20 to 28 scale. There's going to be all kinds of different things that you could do, and I couldn't even cover it all in this video, but I was absolutely fascinated with this. Now, I want to give you an example of combat, so let's go down to the table and take a look at how combat works. So I want to explain this again on how combat works. This is very interesting. As you can see, our guy here is going to have a range of 12 inches. I got him within 8 inches, 8 inches. He's using a shotgun where he gets 2 shots. A lot of weapons only get 1 shot, but for this example, I really want to just make sure that you guys see how this all works. Now, firing. Here's how it works. If you are an open target, and within 6 inches, you need a 3 to hit. Outside open target within range, okay, within the weapon range, you need a 5. If you are covered and within range, you need a 6 to hit. So it's not as easy to hit, but boy, when you do get hit, God help you. Now, because we have 2 guys and we have 2 shots, if they are within 3 inches of themselves, he could just pick either one. But if there was one here and one there outside of 3 inches, he would have to shoot at the closest target and try to hit them. And if he was able to destroy that, then he would be able to move on. This way, he can try to hit both targets. So what we need is, since they're outside the range, we need 5s. He has +1 to his combat skill. Most of the time, when you're starting out, you don't have any combat skill. Well, perfect example. We sign here. That one misses. This one, with the +1 combat skill, hits. So it's a hit. So this guy did not take any damage, and we're not going to worry about him. We're going to move him out of here. Now, from here, we have to roll on the toughness. Okay? Now, this is where we look on the damage value. Most weapons do not, early weapons do not have damage value, but because we're shooting with a shotgun, we're going to get +1 to our damage value. Now, we're going to roll a dice, and we're going to go against the creature, the robot's toughness. The robot's toughness, we're going to say, is 3 + 1, 6. It's a hit. This is how simple it is, folks. It's off the map. There's nothing with more than 1 hit. And that falls for your heroes as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you're equipped with armor, because then you're going to have saving throws. Some of these robots do have a saving throw of 6. Well, that was close. He almost got a save, which would have bounced off, and then they would have went. Now, when they go, let's just say that they penetrated and then they hit. Hey, if we don't have any armor, our guy's off. He's off the table. Plain and simple. End of story. He's off. But this is where it gets really, really interesting. Because at the end of the mission, they don't die. You're going to be rolling on a table to see what happens to them. Kind of Blood Bowl-ish. It gives you a great Blood Bowl feel. There's a chance that your guy can die and you have to create another character. Okay? Not something you want to do. But it's going to happen. That's why you're going to want to hire more crew. You're going to want to train more guys. You're going to want to send certain guys on missions that you got a feeling that this ain't going to work out that well. Or your main guys, if you really need to accomplish and get something and build up credits because your ship's damaged or all kinds of different things. There's a lot of variables. Another really neat thing that I thought was kind of fascinating about this is that you can't shoot and then move. You have to move first and then shoot. Okay, so they cannot be changed in any order that way. Can you shoot? Can you just stand still and shoot? Absolutely. But that's all you're going to be able to do. So making sure that you're strategically set or not out in the open or where you can get caught up by the AI, and the AI is brilliant. And also a lot of common sense comes into it and does all kinds of things. Other actions that you can do is if you move, you can move up to something and you can do certain type of actions such as opening the door, upload data and things like that. There's just so much to this and there's a richness to it that I am absolutely fascinated. And I want to thank the people that suggested this, because we have all the loadout for this and we're going to have a lot of fun with it, especially with all the Starfinder tables that we can use and buildings and we're going to talk more about that when we go up top. So that's just kind of just a brief overview of this fantastic, wonderful experience. I really suggest and I really think it's worth getting, especially if you are looking for something different. 5 parsecs from home. Let's go up top and get my final
I've seen people
some people kind of complain about this a little bit, saying, oh, well, it doesn't have enough weapons, or it doesn't have this or that. Sorry, I had to adjust the thing. And please forgive me. I'm in the middle of this thing. We're on the upper turn where I'm starting to feel better, but I'm still trying to get through this. And I just ask humbly that you deal with the video, and I apologize for my voice and any cost that you may have throughout, because if I try to edit it, it'll take me forever. But you know, when people start trying to get think they're smarter than the game, maybe it's time you stop playing games. For me, and this is for me in my personal opinion, okay, wow, I can't wait to get the hardcover of it. I'm glad I printed this out and bound it. There's so many things that can happen to you in this. The chart that they have for after is nerve-wracking, because there's that section where, oh no, he died of his injuries, or maybe it's one of your main players and he ends up in the sick bay for a certain amount of time. But there's other events that can kind of help speed them along a little bit, or maybe they end up with a permanent injury or something like that. There is a depth, there's a real deepness here, and I have a feeling that there is a lot more coming for this. Do not sit on your laurels. And it's from Morpheus, who we just did Siege of Citadel. Very well done. They bought this out. I'm happy I got this, and I can't thank the people that suggest this. Another thing that is really, really, really great about this is the play area. You can play on a 2x2 by yourself. Keep it all in front of you and keep it tight. And it doesn't have to be a long battle. It is something that you can really squeeze into anywhere from an hour, depending on the complexity that you want to go with, to a half hour. So you can get possibly 2 scenarios in, or campaign tracks in, and, you know, really get your guy jacked up a little bit, create different things, all kinds of different creatures that you could have lizard dudes and all that other stuff. This made me go out and go buy some more Starfinder stuff, so I can creatures and things like that, so I can kind of have lizards and some weird bug-eyed creatures along to go with robots. And then this is the thing I really want to hit home, is that if you are a fan of core space, this stuff is just drop dead perfect for it. First of all, I have a box set here, Purge Outbreak, which I'm going to be putting together, that is going to fit into this just perfectly. It adds some more things in here, and then I have Galactic Corpse. Now you can there's a section where you could be facing the military of some planets, and I think that's just kind of fascinating in some of the things. If you're looking to build a quick table, you can use your I'm off camera, I understand, because I'm trying to pick this up. There's a Galactic core set here that you can run around and cause nothing but bedlam in, and I think that does a lot. And it comes with yet another map, or you could double up the maps, or just use your Galactic your core space core set. And I also said, like I said a little earlier, because I'm looking right at him up over there, is I have all those Starfinder tiles. You could play it counting tiles instead of measuring inches. It's really up to you. This rule set leaves a lot of things open, but really keeps you in a contained area. And I'm telling you right now, this is something special. This is fun, especially in a day and age where you may not have somebody to play with you all the time. This also does a lot of wonderful, wonderful things, and your imagination can go excuse me, as far as you can take it, and as many figures as you possibly can. Okay, so those are some suggestions. I really, really like this a lot. You could play it by yourself and really become attached to this crew, or you could play against somebody and both of you have 2 crews that you're competing against, and maybe setting something up where somebody has to get something done before somebody else, and not really trying to mess with each other too much, but also not trying to help each other so much. The possibilities are endless. It's a fast moving, built for solo, from the ground up game. You can have all kinds of difference from aliens, humans, robots into your party that can really just do a lot of fantastic things. Like I said, after each battle, checking for injuries, leveling up, finding new gear, and upgrading your starship. What more could you want out of a game? A sci-fi game. It's perfect. Listen, 5 parsecs from home gets one of my highest recommendations. This is unreal. You're going to want to try it out. And I think they just have more on the pipeline coming soon as far as downloads and everything else. I think this is something that you really think you're going to think is special and something that you're really going to look forward to going down the road with ease and randomness and just plain simple fun. What more could you want? Till next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.